Welcome to the 2025 CDL Air Brakes Practice Test. This test has 60 questions to help you prepare for this test. Before we get started, don't forget to jumpstart that like button to keep this channel running. Now here is your CDL instructor to walk you through the questions.
Question 1. What is the function of an alcohol evaporator in a vehicle's air brake system? A. To increase engine horsepower. B. To prevent the formation of ice in the air brake system. C. To cool down the engine during prolonged use. D. To filter impurities from the compressed air. The correct answer is B. To prevent the formation of ice in the air brake system. An alcohol evaporator is a component of the air brake system designed to prevent the formation of ice. During colder weather, moisture in the compressed air can condense and freeze within the air brake system, potentially leading to brake malfunctions and reduced braking efficiency. The alcohol evaporator is filled with a special alcohol-based solution that is released into the air brake system, mixing with the compressed air. This solution absorbs the moisture, lowering the freezing point of the air brake system and preventing ice formation. By using an alcohol evaporator, drivers can ensure the air brake system operates smoothly and maintains its effectiveness even in cold weather conditions. Question 2. What is the proper method of utilizing the stab braking technique in emergency situations? A. Apply continuous and firm pressure on the brake pedal. B. Pump the brake pedal rhythmically to control skidding. C. Quickly release and reapply the brake pedal during braking. D. Gradually increase brake pressure until the vehicle stops. The correct answer is C. Quickly release and reapply the brake pedal during braking. The stab braking technique during emergency braking involves quickly releasing and reapplying the brake pedal. It is performed by pressing the brake pedal firmly to decelerate the vehicle and then momentarily releasing the pressure before reapplying it. This technique allows the wheels to regain traction between each application, reducing the risk of skidding and improving overall braking effectiveness. Question 3. What can happen when excessive braking is applied at high speeds, leading to the buildup of excessive heat in the air brake system? A. Reduced brake pad wear. B. Improved braking efficiency. C. Brake system overheating and brake fade. D. Increased air pressure in the brake chambers. The correct answer is C. Brake system overheating and brake fade. Excessive brake use at high speeds can cause the air brake system to overheat, leading to brake fade. Brake fade occurs when the excessive heat generated during prolonged or aggressive braking causes a reduction in braking performance. The heat can lead to a decrease in the friction between the brake linings and the brake drums or discs, resulting in less effective braking. This can be particularly dangerous during long downhill descents or in situations that require repeated hard braking. Drivers should be mindful of the potential for brake fade and take measures to avoid excessive braking, such as using engine retarders or downshifting to control speed in such situations. Question 4. How often is it recommended to drain your air tanks in an air brake system to eliminate dirt and oil? A. Daily. B. At the end of each week. C. Monthly. D. Every 6 months. The correct answer is B. At the end of each week. It is suggested to drain your air tanks at the end of each week to remove accumulated dirt and oil. Draining the air tanks regularly helps prevent the buildup of moisture, contaminants, dirt, and oil that can collect in the air brake system over time. This moisture and debris can lead to corrosion, freezing, and other issues that can affect the proper functioning of the air brake system. By draining the air tanks weekly, you ensure that the system remains free from these contaminants, maintaining its efficiency and reliability. Question 5. How can you identify that your brakes are fading? A. The brake pedal becomes too hard to press. B. The brakes make a screeching noise when applied. C. The brake performance improves gradually. D. The brake pedal feels spongy and less responsive. The correct answer is D. The brake pedal feels spongy and less responsive. Brake fading is a phenomenon that occurs when the brakes lose their effectiveness due to overheating during prolonged or intense braking. One of the primary signs of brake fading is the brake pedal feeling spongy and less responsive when pressed. As the brakes heat up, the brake fluid can boil, leading to gas formation, which results in a soft or spongy brake pedal feel. This condition makes it challenging to achieve the expected braking performance and can be hazardous in critical situations. Therefore, if you notice that your brake pedal feels unusually soft or less responsive, it is essential to address the issue immediately by allowing the brakes to cool down and seeking the assistance of a qualified mechanic to inspect and repair the braking system to ensure safe and efficient braking performance. Question 6. In what conditions are front-wheel brakes effective? A. Front-wheel brakes perform well only in wet conditions. B. Front-wheel brakes are ineffective in most situations. C. Front-wheel brakes are good under all conditions. D. Front-wheel brakes are primarily useful in dry conditions. The correct answer is C. Front-wheel brakes are good under all conditions. Front-wheel brakes are effective in various conditions, including wet, dry, snowy, or icy surfaces. While they do provide efficient braking performance in dry weather due to weight transfer and increased traction on the front tires, advancements in brake technology and anti-lock brake systems, ABS, have improved their effectiveness in wet and slippery conditions as well. Question 7. What is the purpose of draining water from the compressed air tanks? A. To prevent corrosion of the air tanks. B. To reduce the weight of the vehicle. C. To improve fuel efficiency. D. To increase the air pressure. The correct answer is A. To prevent corrosion of the air tanks. Draining water from the compressed air tanks is crucial to prevent corrosion. Over time, moisture can accumulate in the air tanks due to temperature changes and air compression. If this water is not regularly drained, it can lead to rust and corrosion inside the tanks. Corrosion weakens the structural integrity of the tanks, potentially causing air leaks and compromising the effectiveness of the air brake system. Regularly draining the water from the tanks helps maintain their condition, ensuring a reliable and safe braking system for the vehicle. Question 8. What is the function of the air compressor governor? A. Regulating the vehicle's speed. B. Controlling the air pressure in the brake system. C. Monitoring the engine oil level. D. Managing the exhaust emissions. The correct answer is B. Controlling the air pressure in the brake system. The air compressor governor is responsible for controlling the air pressure in the brake system of a vehicle. It is a crucial component that ensures the air compressor operates within safe limits. When the air pressure in the brake system reaches the upper limit, cutout pressure, the governor signals the air compressor to stop compressing air. Conversely, when the pressure drops below the lower limit, cut-in pressure, the governor instructs the air compressor to start building up air pressure again. By controlling the air pressure, the governor helps maintain the proper functioning of the air brake system, ensuring reliable and efficient braking performance. Question 9. What action should you take if the low-pressure alarm comes on in an air brake system? A. Increase your speed to reach your destination quickly. B. Continue driving cautiously and monitor the gauge. C. Stop and park your vehicle as soon as possible. D. Ignore the alarm and continue driving normally. The correct answer is C. Stop and park your vehicle as soon as possible. If the low-pressure alarm in the air brake system comes on, it indicates a critical issue with the air pressure, which can compromise the vehicle's braking ability. When this warning activates, it is crucial to take immediate action to address the problem and prevent potential brake failure. Stopping the vehicle as soon as possible and parking in a safe location allows you to assess and address the low air pressure issue before continuing your journey. Continuing to drive with low air pressure can be extremely hazardous as it compromises the effectiveness of the braking system, making it difficult to stop the vehicle safely. Question 10. What is the reason for being in the correct gear before descending a hill? A. To save fuel consumption. B. To maintain engine performance. C. To reduce wear on the tires. D. To increase vehicle speed. The correct answer is B. To maintain engine performance. Being in the proper gear before starting down a hill is essential to maintain engine performance. When descending a hill, gravity can cause the vehicle to gain speed, putting more stress on the engine and braking system. Being in the correct gear allows the engine to assist in controlling the vehicle's speed, acting as a natural brake and reducing the reliance on the service brakes. This helps in preventing brake fade or overheating, ensuring the brake's effectiveness during extended downhill descents. Additionally, proper gear selection contributes to overall vehicle stability and control, making the descent safer and more manageable. Question 11. Is it necessary to engage the parking brake if you'll be away from your vehicle briefly? A. Parking brake usage is essential regardless of the duration. B. Parking brake should only be used for longer absences. C. Parking brake is unnecessary for short stops. D. Parking brake is an option for extended breaks. The correct answer is A. Parking brake usage is essential regardless of the duration. It's crucial to always engage the parking brake when leaving your vehicle, regardless of the duration. Even a short absence could lead to unexpected vehicle movement if the parking brake is not applied. Utilizing the parking brake enhances safety by preventing the vehicle from rolling or shifting while parked. Question 12. What is the reason for draining air tanks in an air brake system? A. To prevent water and oil from collecting in the tanks. B. To increase the air pressure in the brake chambers. C. To ensure proper functioning of the engine retarder. D. To reduce wear on the brake linings. The correct answer is A. To prevent water and oil from collecting in the tanks. Air tanks in an air brake system must be drained to prevent water and oil from accumulating in the tanks. During normal operation, air contains moisture, and this moisture can condense and collect in the air tanks. Additionally, oil from the air compressor can also find its way into the tanks. If not drained regularly, this water and oil can cause various issues, including corrosion, freezing of brake components in cold weather, and contamination of the air brake system. Regularly draining the air tanks helps to remove these contaminants, ensuring the proper functioning and longevity of the air brake system. Question 13. What is the function of spring brakes in an air brake system? A. To assist the engine during uphill climbs. B. To automatically apply the parking brake in case of air pressure loss. C. To improve braking performance in wet or icy conditions. D. To reduce wear on the brake pads and rotors. The correct answer is B. To automatically apply the parking brake in case of air pressure loss. Spring brakes in an air brake system serve the purpose of automatically applying the parking brake when there is a significant loss of air pressure in the system. In the event of air pressure failure, the spring inside the brake chamber is released, causing the brake shoes to press against the brake drums or discs, thereby applying the parking brake. This safety feature is critical to prevent uncontrolled movement of the vehicle in the event of air pressure loss, ensuring that the vehicle remains stationary and reducing the risk of accidents. Question 14. When descending a long, steep downgrade, how should the use of brakes be regarded in relation to the engine? A. Brakes are the primary method of controlling speed. B. Brakes should not be used on steep downgrades. C. Brakes are more effective than engine braking. D. Brakes serve as a supplementary aid to engine braking. The correct answer is D. Brakes serve as a supplementary aid to engine braking. When driving downhill on a long, steep slope, relying solely on the vehicle's brakes to control speed can lead to brake overheating and potential failure. Engine braking, which uses the vehicle's transmission and engine resistance, is the primary method for managing speed on downgrades. Brakes should be used as a supplement to engine braking, helping to maintain a safe speed and preventing excessive wear on the brake components. Question 15. What is the allowable air pressure loss per minute while pressure is applied on the brake pedal in a combination vehicle? A. 0.5 psi per minute. B. 1 psi per minute. C. 1.5 psi per minute. D. 2 psi per minute. The correct answer is B. 1 psi per minute. In a combination vehicle, the air pressure loss should not exceed 1 psi per minute while the pressure is applied on the brake pedal. This standard ensures that the air brake system maintains sufficient pressure to operate effectively during braking. If the air pressure loss exceeds 1 psi per minute, it could indicate potential leaks or issues in the system, compromising the vehicle's braking performance and safety. Regular maintenance and inspection are essential to identifying and rectifying any air pressure loss beyond the acceptable limit. Question 16. At 55 miles per hour on dry pavement, how much does the air brake lag distance contribute to the total stopping distance? A. 12 feet. B. 24 feet. C. 32 feet. D. 45 feet. The correct answer is C. 32 feet. At a speed of 55 miles per hour on dry pavement, the air brake lag distance adds approximately 32 feet to the total stopping distance. The air brake lag distance refers to the distance traveled by the vehicle from the moment the brake pedal is pressed until the air brakes engage and begin to slow down the vehicle. This lag is due to the time it takes for the air pressure to activate the brakes and apply braking force. It is essential for drivers to be aware of this lag distance and account for it in their braking calculations to ensure they have enough stopping distance to avoid collisions. Question 17. What is the primary function of the brake pedal? A. Accelerate the vehicle. B. Control the steering. C. Engage the air brakes. D. Apply the brakes and slow down or stop the vehicle. The correct answer is D. Apply the brakes and slow down or stop the vehicle. The brake pedal is a crucial control in a vehicle's cockpit, responsible for applying the brakes and reducing the vehicle's speed or bringing it to a complete stop. When the driver presses the brake pedal, it activates the braking system, causing brake pads or shoes to create friction against the brake rotors or drums, which, in turn, slows down or halts the vehicle's motion. Thus, the brake pedal is essential for maintaining control and ensuring the safety of the vehicle and its occupants by allowing the driver to control the vehicle's speed and stopping distance as needed. Question 18. What is the maximum allowable air loss in a single vehicle, not a combination vehicle, with the engine off and brakes engaged? A. 1 psi, pounds per square inch, per minute. B. 2 psi, pounds per square inch, per minute. C. 3 psi, pounds per square inch per minute. D. 4 psi, pounds per square inch per minute. The correct answer is A. 1 psi, pounds per square inch per minute. In a single vehicle, such as a truck or bus, the maximum allowable air loss with the engine off and brakes engaged should not exceed 1 psi per minute. This is an important safety requirement to ensure that the air brake system remains in proper working condition, even during periods of inactivity. If the air loss exceeds the specified limit, it could indicate a potential air leak in the system, which can lead to brake failure and compromise braking performance. Regular inspections and timely repairs are crucial to maintaining the integrity and efficiency of the air brake system and ensuring the vehicle's safety on the road. Question 19. How quickly do air brakes cool down? A. very quickly, B, moderately, C, slowly, D, extremely slowly? The correct answer is C, slowly. Air brakes cool down slowly. Due to the nature of the air brake system and the heat generated during braking, the components take some time to dissipate the heat and return to their normal operating temperature. The cooling process for air brakes can be relatively slow compared to other braking systems, such as hydraulic brakes. It is essential for drivers to consider this cooling time when descending long, steep grades or making repeated hard stops to avoid brake fade or decreased braking efficiency. Question 20. What activates the electrical stoplight switch in an air brake system? A. Air compressor governor. B. Brake pedal application. C. Parking brake engagement. D. Emergency brake activation. The correct answer is B. Brake pedal application. The electrical stoplight switch in an air brake system is activated by the application of the brake pedal. When the driver presses the brake pedal, it engages the electrical stoplight switch, which in turn sends a signal to the brake lights, causing them to illuminate. This alerting mechanism informs other drivers that the vehicle is slowing down or coming to a stop, improving overall road safety. Question 21. What is the proper method to test the low-pressure warning signal in an air brake system? A. Fully apply the service brakes and listen for an audible warning. B. Gradually release the service brakes and monitor the air pressure gauge. C. Turn off the engine and observe the air pressure gauge. D. Apply the parking brake and pump the brake pedal again and again. The correct answer is D. Apply the parking brake and pump the brake pedal again and again. To properly test the low-pressure warning signal in an air brake system, apply the parking brake and repetitively pump the brake pedal. This procedure intentionally lowers the air pressure, prompting the low-pressure warning signal to activate if the pressure reaches a critical level, ensuring the alert system's reliability in detecting potential brake system issues. Question 22. What is the maximum allowable air loss rate in PSI per minute for a straight truck or bus air brake system with the engine off and brakes released? A. 1 psi per minute. B. 2 psi per minute. C. 3 psi per minute. D. 4 psi per minute. The correct answer is A. 1 psi per minute. For a straight truck or bus equipped with an air brake system, the maximum allowable air loss rate with the engine off and brakes released should not exceed 1 psi per minute. This safety standard is essential to ensure that the air brake system retains sufficient air pressure for effective braking performance. If the air loss rate exceeds this limit, it may indicate a potential air leak in the system, which can compromise the brake system's efficiency and safety. Regular inspections and timely repairs are critical to maintaining the air brake system's integrity and ensuring the vehicle's safe operation on the road. Question 23. What does the term dual air brake system refer to in a vehicle? A. A brake system that uses both air and hydraulic fluid. B. A brake system that employs two separate air compressors. C. A brake system that has redundant air tanks for extra capacity. D. A brake system that operates independently for front and rear axles. The correct answer is D. A brake system that operates independently for front and rear axles. A dual air brake system refers to a brake system that operates independently for the front and rear axles of a vehicle. In such systems, there are separate air brake circuits for the front and rear axles, allowing for more precise control and better stability during braking. If there is a failure or leak in one circuit, the other circuit can continue to operate, providing some level of braking ability to safely stop the vehicle. This redundancy enhances the safety and reliability of the braking system. Question 24. In the event of an air system leak, what component will retain the air in the tanks? A. Air governor. B. Air compressor. C. air dryer. D, one-way check valve. The correct answer is D, one-way check valve. If the air system develops a leak, a one-way check valve will prevent air from escaping the air tanks. The one-way check valve is a crucial safety feature in the air brake system that allows air to flow from the air compressor into the tanks, but prevents air from flowing back out in case of a leak. This ensures that even if there is a leak in the system, the air pressure in the tanks remains sufficient for operating the brakes and other air-powered components. Question 25. Which device is legally permitted to hold a parking or emergency brake in position for a truck, truck tractor, or bus? A, chocks or blocks. B, a heavy-duty chain. C, an unattended toolbox. D, a spare tire. The correct answer is A, chocks or blocks. For trucks, truck tractors, and buses, chocks or blocks are the legally accepted devices for holding the parking or emergency brake in position when parked. Chocks or blocks are sturdy, triangular-shaped objects that are placed in front of and behind the wheels to prevent any unintended movement while the vehicle is stationary. These devices are essential for ensuring safety during parking, especially on inclines or uneven surfaces, as they add an extra layer of protection to prevent the vehicle from rolling. Question 26. What are the maximum allowable air leakage rates for an air brake system? A, 1 psi per minute. B, 2 psi per minute. C, 3 psi per minute. D, 4 psi per minute. The correct answer is A, 1 psi per minute. The maximum allowable air leakage rate for an air brake system is 1 psi per minute. This means that the system should not lose more than 1 psi of air pressure per minute when the engine is off and the brakes are released. The air brake system should be inspected regularly to ensure it meets this standard, as excessive air leakage can lead to decreased braking efficiency and potential brake system failure. Question 27. What is the purpose of slack adjusters in an air brake system? A, to adjust the height of the vehicle suspension. B, to control the flow of air to the brake chambers. C, to regulate the pressure in the air brake reservoir. D, to maintain the correct tension in the brake linkage. The correct answer is D, to maintain the correct tension in the brake linkage. Slack adjusters in an air brake system serve the crucial role of maintaining the correct tension in the brake linkage. They are responsible for automatically adjusting the brake shoes to compensate for brake lining wear. As the brake linings wear down over time, slack adjusters extend or contract to keep the proper clearance between the brake shoes and brake drums or discs. This ensures consistent and efficient braking performance throughout the life of the brake components. Properly adjusted brakes are vital for safe operation, as they prevent excessive brake shoe travel and ensure timely and effective braking. Question 28. In compressed air tanks, what action should be taken to address the collection of oil and water if an automatic tank drain is unavailable? A, drain the air tanks at the end of each week. B, drain the air tanks every 1,000 miles driven. C, drain the air tanks every 6 months. D, drain the air tanks daily. The correct answer is D, drain the air tanks daily. In the absence of an automatic tank drain system, it is essential to manually drain the air tanks daily. Compressed air contains moisture, and during compression, water and oil tend to accumulate in the air tanks. If left unchecked, the presence of oil and water in the tanks can lead to corrosion, reduced braking efficiency, and potential damage to the air brake system. Regularly draining the air tanks is crucial to remove the accumulated oil and water, ensuring the proper functioning and longevity of the air brake system. Question 29. When the vehicle is equipped with an alcohol evaporator, what should you do daily in winter weather? A, refill the windshield washer fluid. B, drain any accumulated water from the fuel tank. C, inspect the engine oil level. D, fill the alcohol evaporator with the proper alcohol solution. The correct answer is D. Fill the alcohol evaporator with the proper alcohol solution. In winter weather conditions, it is essential to fill the alcohol evaporator with the proper alcohol solution daily. The alcohol evaporator is designed to prevent the formation of ice within the air brake system by introducing alcohol into the air supply. During colder temperatures, moisture in the compressed air can condense and freeze, potentially causing brake malfunctions. By ensuring the alcohol evaporator is adequately filled, you can maintain the effectiveness of this system and reduce the risk of frozen brake components. Question 30. What factor determines the effectiveness of the spring emergency brakes or parking brakes? A. Brake fluid level in the reservoir. B. Air pressure in the service brake system. C. Tread depth of the tires. D. Condition of the brake linings or pads. The correct answer is D. Condition of the brake linings or pads. The effectiveness of the spring emergency brakes or parking brakes is determined by the condition of the brake linings or pads. These brakes utilize springs to engage the brake shoes or pads against the brake drums or discs when the parking brake lever or button is activated. The force applied by the springs depends on the condition of the brake linings or pads. Worn out or damaged brake linings or pads may result in reduced braking power and compromised performance of the spring emergency brakes or parking brakes. Regular inspections and maintenance of the brake components are essential to ensure the brakes are in good working order and can effectively hold the vehicle in place when parked or used in emergency situations. Question 31. How does the air pressure build in lightly loaded vehicles when the spring brakes come on? A. Slowly. B. Moderately. C. Quickly. D. Erratically. The correct answer is C. Quickly. When the spring brakes come on in lightly loaded vehicles, the air pressure builds quickly. Spring brakes are designed to engage and apply the parking brake when there is a significant loss of air pressure in the system. In lightly loaded vehicles, with less weight to slow down, the air compressor can build up the air pressure rapidly, causing the spring brakes to release and allowing the vehicle to move again. This quick buildup of air pressure in lightly loaded vehicles is an important safety feature, ensuring that the parking brake is released promptly and allowing for smooth operation when needed. Question 32. What is the maximum allowable air loss rate in PSI per minute for a combination vehicle air brake system with the engine off and brakes released? A. 2 psi per minute. B. 3 psi per minute. C. 4 psi per minute. D. 5 psi per minute. The correct answer is A. 2 psi per minute. For a combination vehicle air brake system, the maximum allowable air loss rate with the engine off and brakes released should not exceed 2 psi per minute. This is an important safety standard to ensure that the air brake system retains sufficient air pressure for efficient braking performance. If the air loss exceeds this limit, it could indicate a potential air leak in the system, which can lead to reduced braking efficiency and possible brake failure. Regular inspections and prompt repairs are essential to maintaining the integrity and safety of the combination vehicle's air brake system. Question 33. In the event of a failure in the service brake system, which system do you rely on to bring the vehicle to a stop? A. Exhaust brake system. B. Engine brake system. C. Emergency brake system. D. Hydraulic brake system. The correct answer is C. Emergency brake system. In case of a failure in the service brake system, the emergency brake system becomes crucial to bring the vehicle to a stop safely. The emergency brake system, also known as the parking brake, is a secondary braking system that operates independently of the primary brake systems, such as hydraulic or air brakes. When activated, the emergency brake system applies braking force to the wheels, allowing the driver to control the vehicle's speed and eventually bring it to a complete stop. It is essential for drivers to be familiar with the operation of the emergency brake system and know how to use it effectively in emergencies or when facing a failure in the primary braking system. Question 34. What action is required for slack adjusters on S-cam brakes if they move more than 2 inches when the push rod attaches? A. No adjustment is necessary. B. Adjust the slack adjusters immediately. C. Wait for the brakes to cool down before adjusting. D. Contact a mechanic for further inspection. The correct answer is B. Adjust the slack adjusters immediately. Slack adjusters play a crucial role in maintaining the proper tension between the brake shoes and the brake drum. If slack adjusters move more than 2 inches when the push rod attaches, it indicates excessive slack in the brake system, which can lead to reduced braking efficiency and potentially hazardous situations. Therefore, it is essential to adjust the slack adjusters immediately to ensure the brakes are functioning correctly and to comply with safety regulations. Waiting for the brakes to cool down or doing nothing is not the appropriate response in this situation, as prompt action is required to address the issue. If unsure about the adjustment process, it is advisable to seek the assistance of a qualified mechanic to perform the necessary adjustments and ensure the brakes are in proper working condition. Question 35. With dual control valves on your truck, you can utilize pressure from a separate tank to blank. A. Inflate the tires. B. Operate the trailer brakes. C. Start the engine. D. Adjust the suspension. The correct answer is B. Operate the trailer brakes. When a truck is equipped with dual control valves, it allows the driver to use pressure from a separate tank to operate the trailer brakes. These valves are designed to control the flow of air to different parts of the air brake system. By utilizing pressure from a separate tank, the driver can apply and release the trailer brakes independently from the truck's primary braking system. This allows for better control and handling, especially when towing trailers or other vehicles. Question 36. What is the reason for not using the brake pedal repeatedly during extended downgrades? A. To prevent wear on the brake pads. B. To conserve fuel consumption. C. To maintain tire traction. D. To avoid overheating the brakes. The correct answer is D. To avoid overheating the brakes. The reason for not fanning the brakes on and off during long downgrades is to prevent overheating the brakes. Fanning refers to repeatedly applying and releasing the brake pedal while descending a steep hill or long downgrade. This technique can generate excessive heat in the brake system, potentially leading to brake fade or even brake failure due to the friction and energy dissipation caused by repeated braking. Instead, drivers should use a controlled and steady application of the brakes when necessary, giving them time to cool between brake applications. Additionally, downshifting to lower gears can help in controlling the vehicle's speed and reduce the reliance on the brakes during prolonged descent. Question 37. In a dual air brake system, how quickly should the air pressure build from 85 to 100 psi with the engine at operating RPM? A. 15 seconds. B. 30 seconds. C. 45 seconds. D. 60 seconds. The correct answer is C. 45 seconds. In a dual air brake system with the engine running at its operating RPM, the air pressure should ideally build from 85 to 100 psi in 45 seconds. This rapid buildup of air pressure is important to ensure that the air brake system is operating efficiently and can provide adequate braking force when needed. Timely pressure buildup indicates that the compressor is functioning correctly, supplying enough compressed air to the system. If the pressure takes significantly longer or fails to reach the desired range, it could indicate potential issues with the compressor, airlines, or other components, requiring further inspection and maintenance. Question 38. In modern air brake systems, aside from service brakes and parking brakes, what is the third system? A. Hydraulic brakes. B. Emergency brakes. C. exhaust brakes, D, anti-lock brakes. The correct answer is B, emergency brakes. In addition to service brakes and parking brakes, the third system found in modern air brake systems is the emergency brakes. The emergency brake system is a secondary braking system designed to provide an extra layer of safety in critical situations. In the event of a failure in the service brake system, the emergency brakes can be activated to bring the vehicle to a stop. It functions independently of the primary braking systems, such as the hydraulic or air brake systems, and is typically activated through a separate mechanism, like a hand lever or foot pedal. The emergency brake system is essential for ensuring the driver has an additional means of stopping the vehicle in case of primary brake system failure or emergencies. Question 39. What action should you take if you need to perform a rapid emergency stop? A. Pump the brake pedal repeatedly. B. Shift to a lower gear and apply the parking brake. C. Depress the brake pedal firmly and fully. D. Turn off the engine to engage the air brakes. The correct answer is C. Depress the brake pedal firmly and fully. In the event of a quick emergency stop, the appropriate response is to depress the brake pedal firmly and fully. Applying strong and continuous pressure on the brake pedal enables the vehicle's braking system to engage fully, maximizing the braking force and bringing the vehicle to a stop as quickly as possible. Question 40. At what air pressure level in the service air tank does the warning device activate? A. 60 psi, pounds per square inch. B. 80 psi, pounds per square inch. C. 100 psi, pounds per square inch. D. 120 psi, pounds per square inch. The correct answer is A. 60 psi, pounds per square inch. The warning device, commonly known as the low air pressure warning light or buzzer, activates when the air pressure in the service air tank falls below 60 pounds per square inch. This safety feature alerts the driver to low air pressure in the brake system, which could result from a leak or other malfunction. When the warning device activates, it serves as a signal for the driver to take immediate action and address the issue to prevent potential brake failure. The warning device ensures that the driver is aware of any critical drop in air pressure, allowing them to safely bring the vehicle to a stop and take appropriate measures to maintain the air brake system's functionality. Question 41. Among these statements, which one is true regarding brakes? A. Brakes should be inspected every 10,000 miles. B. Brake fluid does not require regular maintenance. C. Brake shoes and pads do not wear out over time. D. Brakes should be adjusted to manufacturer's specifications. The correct answer is D. Brakes should be adjusted to manufacturer's specifications. Among the given statements, the true statement regarding brakes is that they should be adjusted to the manufacturer's specifications. Proper brake adjustment is essential for maintaining the braking system's efficiency and ensuring optimal performance. Over time, as brake components wear down, adjustments are necessary to maintain the correct clearance between brake shoes or pads and the brake drums or discs. Failure to adjust brakes according to the manufacturer's recommendations can lead to reduced braking efficiency, uneven wear on brake components, and potentially hazardous situations. Question 42. What is the acceptable air loss rate for a straight truck or bus with the engine off and brakes applied? A. 1 psi, pounds per square inch, per minute. B. 2 psi, pounds per square inch, per minute. C. 3 psi, pounds per square inch, per minute. D. 4 psi, pounds per square inch, per minute. The correct answer is A. 1 psi, pounds per square inch, per minute. The acceptable air loss rate for a straight truck or bus with the engine off and brakes applied should not exceed 1 psi per minute. This is a critical safety requirement to ensure that the air brake system maintains sufficient air pressure while the vehicle is stationary. If the air loss rate exceeds this limit, It could indicate a potential air leak in the system, which can lead to brake failure and compromise the vehicle's safety. Regular inspections and prompt repairs are essential to ensure the air brake system remains in proper working condition and adheres to safety regulations. Question 43. What kind of pressure is utilized when using parking or emergency brakes? A. Hydraulic pressure. B. Exhaust pressure. C. Engine pressure. D. Mechanical pressure. The correct answer is D. Mechanical pressure. When engaging parking or emergency brakes, mechanical pressure is utilized. Unlike the primary braking system that operates through hydraulic or air pressure, parking and emergency brakes use a mechanical mechanism to apply force directly to the brake components. In most vehicles, this involves a separate brake system that is independent of the hydraulic or air brake system. When the driver activates the parking or emergency brake, a cable or linkage engages the brake shoes or pads against the brake drums or discs, effectively holding the vehicle in place or providing an emergency stop. Mechanical pressure provides a reliable and simple method for securing the vehicle when parked or used in emergency situations. Question 44. What role do engine retarders serve in a vehicle? A. To assist with starting the engine in cold weather. B. To regulate the flow of fuel to the engine. C. To provide additional braking power and reduce brake wear. D. To improve the vehicle's fuel efficiency. The correct answer is C. To provide additional braking power and reduce brake wear. The purpose of engine retarders, also known as engine brakes or jake brakes, is to provide additional braking power to the vehicle. Engine retarders work by modifying the engine's operation, which creates resistance against the vehicle's motion and helps slow it down without relying solely on the traditional friction brakes. This results in reduced brake wear, as the engine retarders assist in decelerating the vehicle, particularly on downhill slopes or when descending steep grades. By using engine retarders, drivers can better control the vehicle's speed and reduce the strain on the standard braking system, contributing to improved safety and potentially extending the lifespan of the brakes. Question 45. Among these options, which component is commonly found in the air brake system? A. Fuel filter. B. Radiator. C. Air dryer. D. Ignition coil. The correct answer is C. Air dryer. In the air brake system, the component commonly found is the air dryer. The air dryer plays a vital role in removing moisture and contaminants from the compressed air before it enters the brake system. As air is compressed, it tends to carry moisture and other impurities. The air dryer's purpose is to ensure that the air supplied to the air brake system is dry and clean, preventing moisture-related issues such as frozen brake components and corrosion. Question 46. What requirement applies to all vehicles equipped with air brakes? A. A low-pressure warning signal is optional. B. Vehicles may operate without a low-pressure warning signal. C. A low-pressure warning signal is unnecessary. D. All vehicles must have a low-pressure warning signal. The correct answer is D. All vehicles must have a low-pressure warning signal. It is mandatory for all vehicles equipped with air brakes to have a low-pressure warning signal. This safety feature alerts the driver if the air pressure in the braking system drops below a certain level, helping to prevent brake failure and ensuring the vehicle's safe operation. Question 47. What is the most prevalent type of foundation brake used in vehicles? A. Disc brake. B. Hydraulic brake. C. S-cam drum brake. D. Parking brake. The correct answer is C. S-cam drum brake. The most common type of foundation brake used in vehicles is the S-cam drum brake. This type of brake system employs a rotating S-cam that forces the brake shoes against the inside of a brake drum to create friction and slow down the vehicle. S-cam drum brakes are widely used in various types of vehicles due to their reliability, durability, and effective braking performance. While disc brakes and hydraulic brakes are also used in some vehicles, the S-cam drum brake remains the most prevalent foundation brake system in the automotive industry. Question 48. What is the recommended frequency for draining air tanks in an air brake system? A. Once a week. B. Once a month. C. Once every 6 months. D. After every trip. The correct answer is B. Once a month. Draining air tanks in the air brake system is essential to remove accumulated moisture and contaminants. The recommended frequency for draining air tanks is once a month. Moisture can condense in the air tanks, and if left unchecked, it can lead to issues such as frozen brake components and corrosion. Regularly draining the air tanks helps maintain the proper functioning of the air brake system and ensures reliable braking performance. Question 49. On air-equipped vehicles, when should you use the parking brake? A. Only during emergency situations. B. Only when parking on steep inclines. C. Only when parking on level surfaces. D. Whenever parking the vehicle. The correct answer is D. Whenever parking the vehicle. The parking brake in air-equipped vehicles should be used whenever parking the vehicle, regardless of the surface's incline or levelness. The parking brake, also known as the handbrake or emergency brake, is a critical safety feature that helps secure the vehicle in place when parked. Engaging the parking brake prevents the vehicle from rolling or moving unintentionally, reducing the risk of accidents and providing additional safety even on level surfaces. Question 50. When inspecting manual slack adjusters, how do you verify the free play? A. Measure the pushrod travel. B. Observe the air pressure gauge reading. C. Listen for unusual noises while braking. D. Check the level of brake fluid in the reservoir. The correct answer is A. Measure the pushrod travel. To check the free play in manual slack adjusters, you measure the pushrod travel. Free play refers to the distance the pushrod can move before engaging the brake shoes with the brake drum. Proper free play ensures that the brake shoes are correctly adjusted and allows for efficient braking performance. To inspect the free play, apply pressure to the brake pedal and then release it. Afterward, measure the distance the pushrod travels before the brake shoes make contact with the brake drum. This measurement will help you determine if the slack adjuster requires adjustment to maintain the correct clearance and ensure safe and effective braking. Question 51. What is the purpose of a supply pressure gauge in an air brake system? A. To monitor the air pressure in the brake chambers. B. To measure the temperature of the compressed air. C. To indicate the pressure in the air supply tank. D. To control the rate of air release during braking. The correct answer is C. To indicate the pressure in the air supply tank. A supply pressure gauge in an air brake system is used to indicate the pressure in the air supply tank. It provides the driver with a visual reading of the air pressure level in the reservoir that stores compressed air for the brake system. Monitoring the supply pressure gauge is essential for ensuring that the air brake system has sufficient air pressure to operate effectively. Low air pressure can lead to reduced braking performance or brake failure, so maintaining the appropriate pressure level is crucial for safe vehicle operation. Question 52. What is a mandatory requirement for air brake equipped vehicles? A. A fire extinguisher in the cabin. B. A first aid kit on board. C. An automatic slack adjuster system. D. An air supply pressure gauge. The correct answer is D. An air supply pressure gauge. Air brake equipped vehicles are required to have an air supply pressure gauge. This gauge provides crucial information about the air pressure in the brake system, ensuring that it remains within the safe operating range. The air supply pressure gauge allows the driver to monitor the status of the air brakes and take appropriate action if the pressure falls below the recommended level. Adequate air pressure is essential for the proper functioning of the air brake system, ensuring reliable and efficient braking performance. Question 53. What typically keeps the parking and emergency brakes engaged during regular operations? A. Hydraulic pressure. B. Air pressure. C. Mechanical springs. D. Electrical signals. The correct answer is C. Mechanical springs. During normal operations, the parking and emergency brakes in a vehicle are typically held back by mechanical springs. These springs are designed to apply force to the brake shoes or pads, keeping them in contact with the brake drums or discs, thereby holding the brakes in the engaged position. When the driver activates the parking or emergency brake, the mechanical springs apply the necessary pressure to secure the vehicle in place. Question 54. What is a mandatory requirement for vehicles equipped with air brakes? A. A fire extinguisher on board. B. An emergency exit on the roof. C. A first aid kit in the cabin. D. An air compressor for tire inflation. The correct answer is C. A first aid kit in the cabin. Vehicles equipped with air brakes must have a first aid kit in the cabin. This is a vital safety measure to ensure that essential medical supplies are readily available in case of any injuries or medical emergencies that may occur during travel. Having a first aid kit easily accessible allows drivers or passengers to administer immediate aid and support before professional medical help can be reached. Question 55. What information does the air supply pressure gauge display? A. The engine oil level. B. The vehicle's speed. C. The air pressure in the brake system. D. The current fuel level. The correct answer is C. The air pressure in the brake system. The air supply pressure gauge in a vehicle shows the air pressure in the brake system. It is a crucial instrument for monitoring the status of the air brake system. The air pressure is essential for the proper functioning of the air brakes, as it is used to activate and control the braking system. The gauge allows the driver to keep track of the air pressure and ensure it remains within the safe operating range. Adequate air pressure is necessary to engage the brakes effectively and ensure the vehicle can come to a stop safely. Question 56. What can be a contributing factor leading to brake fade or failure? A. Overinflated tires. B. Excessive engine oil. C. Low brake fluid level. D. Dirty windshield. The correct answer is C. Low brake fluid level. Insufficient brake fluid in the brake system can lead to brake fade or failure. Brake fluid plays a critical role in transmitting the braking force from the brake pedal to the brake components, such as calipers or wheel cylinders, that apply pressure to the brake pads or shoes. If the brake fluid level is low, there may not be enough hydraulic pressure to engage the brakes fully, resulting in reduced braking performance or complete brake failure. It is essential to maintain the brake fluid at the recommended level and ensure it is free from contamination to ensure the braking system's proper functioning. Question 57. When the driver uses the brake pedal, which brake system is responsible for applying and releasing the brakes? A. Hydraulic brake system. B. Exhaust brake system. C. Engine brake system. D. Air brake system. The correct answer is A. Hydraulic brake system. The hydraulic brake system is the one that applies and releases the brakes when the driver uses the brake pedal. In this system, brake fluid is used to transfer the force from the brake pedal to the wheel brakes. When the driver presses the brake pedal, it creates hydraulic pressure that is transmitted through brake lines to the brake calipers or wheel cylinders, causing the brake pads or brake shoes to come into contact with the brake rotors or drums, respectively, thus applying the brakes. Releasing the brake pedal relieves the hydraulic pressure, allowing the brakes to release and the vehicle to move freely. The exhaust brake system, engine brake system, and air brake system do not directly apply and release the brakes when the driver uses the brake pedal. They serve different functions in assisting with vehicle control and braking. Question 58. How can you verify that the spring brakes engage automatically? A. By checking the air pressure gauge reading. B. By applying and releasing the service brakes. C. By listening for a hissing sound from the brakes. D. By pulling the parking brake lever or button. The correct answer is B. By applying and releasing the service brakes. To ensure that the spring brakes engage automatically, you can check by applying and then releasing the service brakes. When you release the service brakes, the spring brakes should activate automatically, causing the vehicle to remain stationary. This indicates that the spring brakes are functioning correctly and engaging as intended. Regularly verifying this function is essential for the safety of the air brake system. Question 59. Among heavy commercial vehicles, what is the prevalent type of foundation brake? A. Disc brakes. B. Drum brakes. C. Hydraulic brakes. D. Parking brakes. The correct answer is B. Drum brakes. Among heavy commercial vehicles, drum brakes are the most common type of foundation brake. Drum brakes are a reliable and robust braking system frequently used in large vehicles due to their ability to handle high braking loads. They are known for their effectiveness in providing consistent and stable braking performance, making them a popular choice for heavy-duty applications. Question 60. What is a true statement when using brakes on a long, steep downgrade? A. Apply the brakes continuously to maintain speed. B. Use the brakes intermittently to prevent overheating. C. Apply the brakes abruptly to control the vehicle's momentum. D. Use the brakes only on level surfaces to avoid wear. The correct answer is B. Use the brakes intermittently to prevent overheating. When descending a long, steep downgrade, it is essential to use the brakes intermittently to prevent overheating. Applying the brakes continuously for an extended period can generate excessive heat, potentially leading to brake fade or failure due to the friction and energy dissipation. Instead, drivers should use controlled and steady brake applications, allowing time for the brakes to cool between applications. It is also advisable to downshift to lower gears when appropriate, as this can help control the vehicle's speed without putting excessive strain on the brakes.
Hope you enjoyed this video. If you still need more practice, then check out these videos or click the first link in the description to get your cheat sheet, which will help you pass your CDL exam on your first try.